So I've wanted to do a build in the end for quite some time now, but I haven't, and that's for one big reason. As you can see, we have an ender dragon still flying around up there. The portal's open, but we have an ender dragon up there because we kind of glitched out the game when I made a video trying to trap every mob in the game, and that included boss mobs like the Wither, the Warden, and of course the ender dragon. I didn't want to build something in the end and then have him just go destroy it, as he could easily do. And so my original plan was to end this dragon and then build something in the end. But right now, I'm not convinced that he won't go lower than these blocks right here. Look, when he perches, he only perches down to the lowest block that's in the center above where the portal is. And he can't break endstone because then, you know, he would break his own island. So maybe we can still do this build while keeping this guy alive. I'm really not sure. We'll see. So let's grab some endstone. Now I am going to bridge across the center here. Let's see. When he perches, does he go any lower than right here? He does not. That is now his new perch point. Okay, this is height limit right here. I don't think he'll go any lower than right there. Yeah. So that's his new perch point. So he should just stay above height limit. In which case, we might be able to keep this guy alive for our end build. Alright, let's get rid of all the rest of these towers. Now hopefully the shaders will do most of the heavy lifting when making this project look good, because space builds are... No way. No way he's trapped. No shot. This guy's actually frozen in place. Ow, ow, don't touch him. Okay, this is why I'm freaking out so much over this, is because I've been trying to figure out how to freeze this guy in place for so long. Initially, in that video, when I tried to trap every mob in the game, he was the only one that I couldn't do. We gotta send the ender dragon through this portal here. Fortunately, supposedly you can push this guy with pistons. Go through the portal. We got him through. Okay, now in theory, another ender dragon should spawn. Okay, I was expecting a louder entrance, and this guy is freaking out. Holy cow. I think this is a different dragon. Okay, sick. So now we have a way back home. All I should have to do is now I go through this portal, and that other dragon should still be alive, and he should still be waiting for me. Boom! There he is. Alright, now we just gotta follow him back. He's gonna head back to main island. And we're just flying in straight blackness right now, so... Sick! Okay, we're back. We're back! Now, we just need this guy to get stuck again. Here's the issue. This dragon never froze. I tried relogging, I tried going back to the overworld, I tried everything I could think of, but he never froze. So I eventually got desperate and spawned in another ender dragon. Now that ender dragon did freeze. However, the portal to go back to the overworld closed again, so I had to kill that dragon to open the portal back up, and then I had to repeat the process and send this dragon through the small portal again. When we got back to main island, again, I could not get this dragon to freeze. The whole point of freezing him was so I could put him in a cage and technically say I trapped him along with every other mob, but I could never do it with this guy. And I could never say I trapped him, but something about what I just did, either moving his perch point higher or breaking some of the towers going across, something made him freeze. And if he stays frozen, we can definitely add him to this end build. And that could look pretty sick. Alright, now the sky looks a heck of a lot clearer. And this guy is still trapped. I'm gonna name him Doug. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna level the whole island here. No way, did I just see Doug flying around? Doug's back to moving. He's back to moving. This guy is the most unpredictable dragon. I mean, I guess I could see, because I took out all the spots where you needed to block up for the dragon to be frozen. But I thought maybe, you know, once you're frozen, you're always frozen type thing. Not the case. Not the case with Doug. Look, you can see him going to perch because those two blocks are all the way at height limit. He's going all the way up there to perch. Why have I not put a beacon out over here yet? That would have been... Okay, I'm gonna go get one. Man, sometimes I'm just out of it. I don't even think about using a beacon, using haste to mine. It works in the end, right? Come on. Yes. It is working. What do you want, man? What do you want? You jealous because I have a beacon and you don't? We did it. We finally did it. It is flat for the most part. So since Doug unfroze, I think we're just gonna take Doug out, to be honest, because it'll be a lot easier to do this build without a dragon flying around and breaking everything. But first, you know, after we build something in the end, we're probably gonna not want to spawn the dragon in ever again because he'll break everything. Because of that, we are gonna respawn him in and open as many portals as possible, because when you respawn the dragon and kill it, you open a new portal, and that happens every time up to 20. I have 4 portals open right now. These 2, one over there and one over there. So we need to kill the ender dragon 16 more times, 15. Not including Doug. So we need to go get some materials from the nether. Guys, I didn't even think about this, but the ender dragon just broke my beacon. It just flew by and broke it. It's the only beacon I had. I've been in this world for like 5,000 days, but that's the only beacon I had. So we're just taking the rest of this down because there's no need for it to be up, to just get destroyed and then have me lose a ton of iron blocks. Okay, so when you respawn the dragon, you place them up here or down here? Whoa, it's got to be up there then. if that's already doing that. This looks crazy. This looks insane. Holy cow. Oh my. And he's back. The end crystals look sick. Holy cow, what is going on? That was sick. I think that should be the last one. We just killed this dragon. 16 times. Let's count. Let us count the portals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 19, and 20. All the portals have been opened. On to the next step. These pillars have to go. It's gonna take forever, but I think we're gonna do it. Oh man, I forgot I lost my beacon. My one and only beacon. Oh, brother. And, you know, the haste mining effect would help out a lot in the end here, so I think I'm gonna go get another beacon real quick. Okay, we finally got 3 wither skulls. We really need to make a wither farm. And we can, whoa, we can get out of here. Alright, we are going to fight the wither right now. Now the easiest way to do it is to go spawn him underneath the bedrock in the end, and then the second easiest is probably just to spawn him underground. But I think it'd be more exciting to just fight him out in the open, and hopefully things don't go too poorly. They might. I have fought the wither out in the open before, and he has killed me several times. But we got some pretty good armor, and a bow that's kind of about to break. But we're gonna give it a shot. This guy is flying so high. I cannot get him to come back down to the ground. Even if I go down to the ground, he just stays up here. Also, you know how you have to like hit him? You have to hit him with your sword when you get his health halfway down? He's still not going down to the ground even then. So I gotta like just mid-air battle this guy in the stratosphere. And I'm running out of rockets. Also, every second I don't fight him, he just gains health back. This guy is ridiculous, man. Oh my goodness, now I have to go down and get more rockets and he's gonna regen. He just keeps flying up and up. I mean, guys, those are the clouds. Those weren't the ground. Look, that's how high up this dang guy flew. He's somewhere around here. Yeah, there he is. He is nearby. Probably up in the atmosphere, but we'll find him. There he is. There he is. Alright, let's do this. My goodness, finally we got him. Where's my beacon? Where's my nether star? Why do I only see XP fall in here? At least we didn't die, but the fact that I'm not seeing a nether star is not exciting me. Maybe it fell to the ground already, or maybe not. Oh, this is not looking good. Did I not kill him? Is he still up here? Nope. He's not. We might have to go get 3 more wither skulls, because I am not finding this nether star. We've resorted to killing the wither like this. And hopefully this will work. I decided to say no to having another sky battle with this guy. If you spawn him in the bedrock in the end here, then he just suffocates. You can also hit him, but I have knockback on my sword, so I don't really want to accidentally hit him loose or anything, so I'm just going to let him suffocate there. And hopefully this time we'll actually get a nether star. If not, then I don't even know. I don't even know. And look at that, we got one. Nice. Alright, now we can use it to make a beacon and take down all these pillars. One pillar has been removed. It was one of the shorter pillars, and I'm starting to realize the sheer magnitude of time this is going to take. No time like the present, right? Boom. Okay, there it is. All the pillars gone. Look at that. Nice and flat. Nice and flat. That's what's up. Plus, on the bright side, we just have so much obsidian that if we ever want to make anything out of obsidian, we're probably prepared to do so. The next step in the plan is to cover the whole end island in black concrete. It's going to be dark. But it's also going to be a lot of concrete, so we need a ton of sand and a ton of gravel, which we don't necessarily have, so let's go grab that real quick. It's nice and it's been snowing a little bit. That looks pretty sick, actually. So to make concrete, we need sand and gravel, and for the gravel portion, I know most people get gravel in large quantities from the nether. I'm going to try to get gravel from the ocean, because I know there's a ton of gravel that spawns underneath the ocean, and it might be easier to get. It might not, but you know, we'll see. Okay, I can pretty definitively say this is slower than getting it from the nether would be, but we're already here, so might as well stay here and grab our wet gravel. Dang, I gotta say, I was just passing by this village for the Colosseum, and this village with all the snow on it looks so sick. You got the snow on the roof and everything. Dang, that's fire. Okay, time to move on though. Also, I need black dye from squids and like a lot of it. So if you're a big fan of squids, I recommend you not watch the next few seconds of this video. I have a lot of leftover sand from previous projects, but I mean we have a sand duper anyway, so if we need more, it's really just a matter of AFKing. I think that's everything. I think probably all the black concrete powder hasn't been turned into concrete. I'm sure I missed some somewhere, but if we run into it, we can just pour water on it. But at least for the most part, from what I can tell, it's all been turned into black concrete, and it is so dark. I mean, you cannot, I'm holding a torch in my offhand right now, and you cannot see anything right. Look, we just fell into a hole. Previously, I have constructed this machine which shoots out TNT and breaks bedrock. Not bedrock, deep slate. It does not break bedrock, but it's useful for getting cobbled deep slate if you're looking for that. And guess what? I'm looking for that, so it's gonna be useful to us. What just happened? Was that a creeper? That was probably a creeper that I just did not hear because I didn't have my headphones on. The plan is to make something that looks like it could be a power source that would shoot a laser beam up in the sky and give the image of exploding a planet. And because we just have easy access to so much deep slate, a large portion of it is going to be made out of deep slate bricks. So we're going to start off with 4 pyramids, but not your standard everyday regular pyramids. These are going to be sideways, horizontal, if you will. Now we're going to spice up the pyramids with redstone, and what I like doing is going to my iron farm, getting a bunch of iron, selling the iron for emeralds to weaponsmiths, and then selling the emeralds for redstone from clerics. It might not be the most efficient way, but all you really have to do is AFK for a while at an iron farm, so it's kind of nice. So when you place glass a certain way, you kind of get like a fading effect. And the best example I have to show you is that tunnel right there. I can probably get a better angle if I show you from coming in from this side. Yeah, see, right in there, it looks crazy. And I wanted to see if I could implement that style into the pyramid power structure. And I'll be honest, I didn't really like it. don't think it looks any better than if the glass wasn't there. In fact, I think it looks worse. That was until I added sea lanterns. I'm not gonna lie, that looks pretty crazy. Imagine just like walking up on this and not knowing like what it is. I think that works, at least for now. I think we're gonna continue with this design. Now we need to put the actual laser up that's going to be shot up into this thing in the sky that's going to be destroyed. And of course, the best option we probably have is a beacon. And because I don't want the beacon to look like it's made out of iron, we're gonna cover it in a shell of redstone. And we'll throw a little design over the end portal so you can't see it or the column. And that should be pretty good for the power laser pyramid thing. So it's time to actually make this this planet. And well, I was thinking about what I wanted to make the planet out of material wise, and I'm thinking a while back we built this monolith, or like a trilith, whatever it ended up being, and you can see that it's made out of a few different materials, you know, basalt, deep slate, tough stone, you know, a few different things. We happen to have a lot of materials left over from when we gathered the materials to build the monolith. So I'm going to use whatever materials we have left over to construct the planet, because that'll save me a lot of time, and I think it still will look pretty good that way. So we're going to do that. Let's get to constructing this planet, shall we? We built the planet. Now it's time to blow up the planet. The beam of the beacon that runs through the planet, I want it to look like it's breaking the planet apart. To do that, we're gonna break the planet apart using one of my favorite blocks, the TNT block. Let's go ahead and take a few stacks to break this beautiful planet after I spent so much time building said planet. It must be done. So we are going to break it in half, see how it looks, and then most likely we'll break it some more. Hey, I need that back, my guy. These aren't cheap. They're not easy to come by. I can't just be handing them out. Let me make sure we're recording. Guys, what is wrong with you? Give me back. Let's go ahead and blow this thing up before we lose any more TNT. Boom. I tried to fly away and still get an angle of it, but yeah, it definitely broke in half. It definitely broke in half, and hopefully all those Endermen that were stealing my TNT, you know, blew up. Oh no, never mind, there they are. They're so mad at me. What in the I want to break up the planet more in a few different spots. Hopefully we don't break it up too much to the point where it looks bad, because there's no coming back after doing this. But I think we got this. So I've outlined the parts where I broke the planet with sea lanterns, and I think it looks really cool. It's definitely coming along nice. Now for the rings of the planet and kind of parts of the inside, I'm going to use a technique I've seen other Minecrafters like ItsNotLudo use with stained glass and a light source, which just gives like a really cool colored effect. I'm going to try it, and if it looks good, we'll leave it, and if not, we'll figure something else out. In my opinion, it only seems right since this planet doesn't really do anything necessarily. Not that it doesn't look cool. I think it only seems fair. Whoever makes it up here will get a nice pair of Elytra wings with mending on them. I would have put unbreaking on them if I had an unbreaking book on me. I did not. Alright, I'm going to throw a pearl down there. Let's see how many of you can subscribe before the pearl hits the ground. Look at that, now we're down here.